This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
What's up, real MVPs? Ricky Widmer here. And you might notice two things. First off, if you're on YouTube, we're red. Soapy, how you doing?
I'm feeling pretty red.
This is Heel Talk. This is the, first off, you're seeing us. Soapy, put up right your hand. We can actually do that and not have to whiff through our screens. We're in person because Soapy and I, along with a lot of other people in the MVP Discord, join it down below, went to Survivor Series this weekend. So we thought, why not do a Heel Talk where we're in person? Two, you might notice, Soapy, how do I sound right now?
You sound like you smoked crack or something.
No, I did not, but CM Punk came out, and I will give up my voice every single time for that man, especially when I will say it now. This is not the last time I will say it. Soapy, who was right?
I guess there's some people on the internet who are right. Who
was right on this podcast? Now, not you. I'm not throwing shade at you. I was right.
You were right.
I was right. So, Soapy and I are going to talk about Survivor Series. We're just going to gush about it. A couple of the people that we went to Survivor Series with may come on if they want to. They are joined to as they are here off camera. And you also notice on YouTube, this is the Kane edition of Heel Talk because the white lights, as we are in Dave's basement, thank you to Dave, who's over here, for letting us use the basement. The white lights were too light. And I figured, hey, Heel Talk is red, so why don't we do that? So we got the Kane edition. Before we get into everything, though, you can join the Discord that is down below in the description, along with our Patreon page if you want to get these usually a couple days early. And then also you can check us out, mostvaluablepodcast.com. You can notice us on Apple and Spotify, and then hit that sub and that like button, comment down below. But Soapy, I'm going to hit you with the toughest question. You ready for it?
I guess.
Was this the best PLC or PLE? Sorry, I'm trying not to use the dead name of pay-per-view. Is this the best PLE of all time?
I don't know about all time. I mean, it's probably the best one I've ever attended. So that's not
it's also
a whole lot.
Oh wait, for me, it's the only one I only attended. I forgot you went to Battle of the Billionaires.
Yeah, I kind of big spender at WrestleMania, but no.
This is better than WrestleMania.
Considering I basically watched a guy with a toupee argue with an old man. Yeah, this is a little bit better than that.
What was your favorite part besides Punk?
Honestly, I think the men's war games. Mostly just because the fact of not even just the match itself, It was literally the entrances because of just how loud it was. Because when I went to WrestleMania, it was loud because obviously it's WrestleMania. If you're quiet in WrestleMania, go home. But it was literally the fact of I couldn't even hear Tim was sitting next to me at the show, and I half the time couldn't hear Tim during the entrances. To where I was we're loud. I actually enjoyed that. It made me more anticipated for the show itself, and that's the thing that I really enjoyed about it.
I will say I'm biased. So you saw Battle of the Billionaires. That was in Detroit, right?
Yeah.
So you've been to Detroit. I'm sure we have people in the Discord that, they when they go Philly crowds, New York crowds. The only events I've been to, this is now the third WWE event I've been to. Raw in 2019, SmackDown this last Friday, Survivor Series last night. The Chicago crowd just hits differently. And that's all I'm used to. And it's the thing I love about it, and I love that we all got to witness it in person. Whenever there's a Chicago crowd, you will never get I think it was Louisville, where it was that one Raw where everyone after was man, that crowd sucked.
Yeah, it may have been Louisville. I honestly don't remember. There's so many towns that they're just really bad and no one reacts at all. Well,
and Chicago, we were reacting to everything. The thing that I saw on Twitter and living it live, rewatching it in the men's war game match, we literally went from CM Punk to immediately RKO to then within 30 seconds.
Yeah. Well, especially the thing that I loved was every single time when Jay hit a move, no matter what it was, we all just yelled, yeet! every
Do
time.
it, Jake. Do it, Jake. You want to?
Oh yeah.
But like, what was it? Sammy, the Let's Go. Didn't expect that to be that loud.
Yeah. Well, because that was loud, and it's also just I was surprised how loud the Olay was when we started doing
And
it.
it ended perfectly.
Yeah, like no one held on. Thank God.
Mhm.
Also, just saying, we were the best section in the entire show. None of the heckling got picked up, but it was genuinely some of the best heckling I've ever heard in my entire life.
No. You say it didn't get picked up, so I'm biased because we were both there. But I think it was the bait. So when Bailey opened SmackDown, and we were all chanting CM Punk, CM Punk. It's if you're watching it and you're not there, you're like, wow, there's like one section of the arena that's chanting this. Us being there, I'm like, that was our section. Like I knew specifically that was our section going CM Punk, and not trying to let Bailey talk.
Yeah, well, because like the thing I was talking about is like when Carlito came out and he started talking, and for context,
What did you say?
yeah, we had a guy behind us, absolutely plastered. Literally, this guy's the GOAT. I love him. If you see this, please just know I love you. That guy literally sat there. Carlito starts talking in Spanish. He starts yelling in Spanish back at Carlito.
Yes.
And literally, like, they go to commercial break. He's like, what did he say?
What did he say?
Like, because there was that guy. There was the Rhea, please give me 5 minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, mind you, I was going to get down horrendous at the show, but we had like 7 like 5-year-olds in front of us, and I didn't want to be too bad.
So I want to settle a debate here.
What?
This is a debate that it wasn't really a debate, but it's something that somebody that is probably going to be on this show at some point today. You'll be able to hear him, but is there an age limit to the mommy chant?
That out of context, that sounds really weird.
In wrestling, like, is there a you're too old to chant mommy, mommy, mommy?
I mean,
Someone's gonna clip that now.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I really don't have an opinion on it. I mean, I'm in the prime age range to call Rhea mommy. Rhea, you are mommy.
What if we gave the opinion in Minecraft? Does that change?
No. That's if I'm going to do nefarious actions to someone, of course, in Minecraft.
Yeah, in Minecraft always. But like, so you brought up the War Games match, and like, I don't want to go away from that, but I was surprised the women, like, so I hate to say it, the women's War Games match coming in, I felt bad for immediately because I was like, oh, they're going to get CM Punk out of the arena. And we didn't hear any CM Punk during that match at all.
I think there was a little bit of it at the start. Which, I mean, even at that, it also happened during the
bleeding
men's
over from the kickoff show.
Yeah, because I think it was like the time when, and I don't know if it got actually picked up on like the actual broadcast or not, when they were like in between rings for a little bit.
Yeah,
there was a little bit of it, but obviously it's because we had like the 3-year-old who kept trying to start the chant over and over again next to us.
Yeah, there was a little kid near us that there was one time he went to start it, and I'm like, I gotta help him out.
Oh, it's also I gotta at least rant about this. Look,
yeah,
if this guy is watching this, just know I'm the fat dude that you pointed out next to you. That was brother, fit your butt cheeks in your seat. I'm not Santa. I don't need this fat little idiot sitting on my lap the whole time. All right, look, I'm like, no, don't put the notebook down. I'm keeping an eye on it.
So Jake is off to the side. He's doing what I usually do, where I have the notepad writing the swears, and Jake just put up the notepad like,
put it down. I'm watching it. Look, I understand you're listening to Metal Mage or whatever, brother.
Megadeth.
Don't stick your stupid fat arms out and let your like flying squirrel wings swing out when I'm trying to watch an entrance. All right, you absolute clown.
Oh, I thought we were going to get when you said the stupid part, I'm like, oh, it's the F word. Is he going to put an F word in there? Luckily we did not. But so I'm going to say this about the Allstate Arena. It's nothing against them, but it just sucks. The only thing bad about the Allstate Arena is those seats. Maybe it's just because we're fat guys that like, I feel like I'm getting jammed into a sardine can.
Yeah, a little bit. It definitely doesn't help because like I sat down. And I'm like, if I stretch my legs, I'm going to break the chair.
But yet again, I'm going to say this so because there's people in the comment section. I am not advocating for them to make bigger seats.
Oh, I am. Make it like I get like a whole sofa.
I could also lose some
I want to
weight.
like spread eagle as far as I can.
You think there should be bigger seats?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to replicate what Jake's doing because I'm on camera, but like I want to look like I can give birth. Like I want like little like footstools at the end.
We don't want to get demonetized for anything.
Well, there's not a hole in my shorts. If I wore my pants, if I did, I do have in one of my pants that I brought.
Those aren't pants?
They could be.
Oh, I thought you said shorts. I was confused.
Whatever. All right, look. It's like 5 o'clock. I'm tired. I slept like
we're all
garbage.
I will say Survivor Series is such a fun experience.
Yeah.
I will say this. If you have the means to do the 2-day pass, do the 2-day pass. Whether it's PLE Raw, PLE SmackDown, do the 2-day pass. It is the best experience. You get to see SmackDown, then you get to see whatever PLE it is, but you're going to be exhausted at the end of the day. Like, you are just going to be exhausted.
I mean, you could be like the one lady that me, JD, and Dave had that was in front of us. That lady was about to have an aneurysm in her car because no one could get out of their parking spot. It was awful.
I'll be honest. Jake and Tim were in my car. We were just chilling. Best part, we just blasted CM Punk in the parking lot and people walking by like jamming out with us. There was one guy leaving the arena. He's like this in his car. And Jake's like, what's he listening to? And he like rolls down the window. He goes, oh, Main Event Jay. He's listening to Jay Uso's theme. Also being at a wrestling event, you brought this up. As soon as you enter the arena, hive mind takes over.
Literally, like, we're just walking to our seats and we hear, woo! And just, like, across the arena, just everyone else starts doing it.
Woo!
Yeah. See, it even followed us here.
Yeet!
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 Yeah.
Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah, see, welcome to the hive mind.
What?
Yeah, see, welcome to the hive mind. But no, like that was something that I thought was really funny. Was just the fact of every single time we went anywhere near seats, like you would just hear people just start doing chants everywhere.
Yeah.
Because it was, I'm trying to remember. I mean, there was the two guys that sat in front of us with their kids that freeloaded until the family actually showed up.
Yeah. Well, who hasn't tried to do that at any sporting event?
I mean, all I'm saying, I was tempted because down in the floor level, I don't know if you guys saw it because I pointed it out to Tim.
There were seats.
Yeah, there was like 5 seats in a row. I'm like, all right, guys, look, most of us can sneak down there. Like, one of us is going to lose the straw here.
Who's drawing straws on that one?
Yeah. I mean, hey, one of us then wouldn't have had to sit next to that fat idiot.
You really don't like this guy.
Yes, he wasn't even paying attention to the show.
That
guy may as well have like stretched his leg across and just been like that the whole time. Yeah.
You put your foot on me and I was like, ew.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt. I was getting grinded on by like this 400-pound man. That's not an experience I wanted.
I will say this, and this is not anything bad about the pay-per-view. To me, there were 3 banger matches and then 2 where it's like they weren't bad, but there was a definite lull from the crowd. It was like Women's War Games was up here. Then Gunther Miz kept it going. Dragon Lee and Santos had dipped a little bit. And like the thing I hated about the Rhea Zoe match, the crowd was into it, but it seemed like everyone was like, I'm saving myself for that War Games match. Yeah. And then War Games, it went right back up like then and then more so because
oh yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, like, I would agree. I do think that Santos, Dragon Lee, and like the women's title match, like, were kind of the lulls. But even at that, like, they were still good matches on their own.
Yeah.
Like, that was the part that I really liked, was the fact that literally there wasn't like a distinctly super bad match. No. There wasn't anything over I'm like, this is a real stinker. Like, I think the only thing I have to complain about. I did think
Miz was going to win. For like a second, I thought it was actually going to happen.
Yeah, I heard you guys cheering Miz down there. I heard.
Oh yeah, you're the Gunther stand.
Absolutely, Gunther.
Did you throw up a 1? Did you acknowledge him?
Yeah, I'm acknowledging Gunther. He's my tribal chief.
Jake right now is just seething.
Yeah, you too.
Actually, that reminds me, Jake. You want to come on? Yeah, you want to come on? We'll invite you on. You are the Miz stan. Well, more so than me. I'll give you my mic so you can argue with Soapy a bit. But for those of you who don't know, this is Jake Neverman. He's in the Discord. He's been on MVP podcasts. You, like me, you also thought The Miz was going to win, right?
Listen, there was a good like 10-second period there where I thought The Miz was actually going to win. And I was looking at you like
right after the
they did the turnbuckle. He throws him into it. He hits the skull crusher finale. But I did turn. I don't know if I turned to you or I turned to you about a minute before I go. I said Gunther's gonna kick out of a skull crusher finale and it's gonna kill me. And then literally
I think you did
later,
it to both of us.
Yeah, and then literally a minute later he does that spot, takes that, boom, and then my goat takes one power bomb and can't kick out.
I mean, hey, sometimes some people's goats are just built different.
I mean, yeah, mine is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. Yours is the longest reigning. There's a difference.
Eh.
Didn't Gunther call himself the greatest?
Yeah.
Because he is the longest.
See, but The Miz doesn't have to call himself it because he just is. But Gunther, tries to call himself.
I mean,
it.
Miz did kind of also call himself it that. So
Yeah, but The Miz is the GOAT, so. Like,
all right.
There was a 10-second period there where you thought The Miz was going to win.
No.
Yeah. This guy's killjoy.
Absolutely. I am the worst person to be around. I am the least funny person.
I got one question. Are you guys surprised like I am that Ludwig or Giovanni didn't come out at all?
Honestly, I'm really not. I kind of wish we would have got Ludwig just so we could get, like the intro. Yeah. Like, well, no, not the DIY part. But like that we could have at least got like Ludwig introducing him. Like I have no problem with Samantha Irvin doing it. She's fantastic at that. But it's like, it just hits different when Ludwig does it.
Yeah.
And that's what I wish that we would have gotten.
That's fair. I agree.
Also, so then I could see Gunther do like the coat twirl and Ludwig catch it. Because it's fire.
No, did you see, who was it who threw their, was it Gunther who threw their coat off and it like wrapped around?
Yeah, no, that was Charlotte.
That was Charlotte, yeah. Okay, it was on SmackDown?
SmackDown.
Okay, yeah. The two nights like blended together with me. The only thing that from SmackDown that was worth talking about was the pop that LA Knight got.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that was massive.
And it was just so funny that literally KO just breaks the fourth wall every time.
Don't you know in a wrestling promo, if you keep talking about somebody, they're going to pop up. And you just hear LA Knight's music drop. It was perfect. I was a little bummed that he didn't have a match, but I was very happy that he wasn't the one who came out in War Games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I would have actually been upset if it was supposed to be Orton. Yeah. And then we get LA Knight.
Yeah. Because I was so happy when it was Randy. Mostly just because Randy is one of my favorites of all time. So I would have been disappointed if my GOAT didn't come out.
Yeah, the only story that I have to tell is the entire time I was bantering JD McDonough, the Funko Pop, because I hate that guy. And I forget what.
By the way, I was hoping you would tell this. I didn't want to say it until you got on.
Yeah. So there was a guy like 2 or 3 rows behind us who was in a CM Punk white, the same shirt that Tim wore actually. The white, I think it's an AEW shirt, right?
Yeah, it's like the white AEW.
Yeah, it's the white AEW shirt, CM Punk shirt. And there was I think it was during the War Games match. No, it might have been the match before where the guy behind us, he yelled, "We're here to see CM Punk." And all I did was just point my finger back at him. And then he goes, "Thank you, guy in the front." And I went, and then CM Punk comes out. Obviously, we all lose. I call myself there. We all lose our crap. And when we're walking out of the stairs. We all get separated when we're walking down the stairs because that arena is
an absolute zoo to get out of.
Yeah, thank you. That's a good way to describe it. And I see the guy who was sitting behind us, and he just looks at me and goes, "I was yelling, and you were supporting, and I love you for that." And then I gave him a hug, and then we started chanting CM Punk, and a huge CM Punk chant started in the stairwell. It was just great. It was great. We keep talking about like wanting to go to other PLEs, but I don't know if like we're gonna go to other PLEs and it's just gonna be a disappointment.
So that's the one thing, because like you brought up in the parking lot, you're like, the Rumble's in January.
It's only like an hour flight for me. I'm just saying.
And like the Rumble would be great. Here's the thing, and anybody who is at Survivor Series with us, any other PLE you go to, you can't put it on the same scale. This was unique because of the fact, and I said this to you guys. I said this when Soapy and I talked about Punk on Heel Talk about 2 weeks ago. If this was going to happen, it was going to have to be the best kept secret in all of wrestling. And it was. Yeah, and my voice cracked. I get it. No, it was more like like that's what it was. Yeet.
The one thing that you guys, the one guy I think that you guys didn't mention from it is that we witnessed the second best RKO of all time.
I was gonna wait
absolutely.
for JD.
Okay, I'll wait. I won't spoil it. But that spot was amazing. That entire match was just so good. And
Did you think he was gonna cash in?
Nah, but I have to say that was like a great like twist because we all stood up, we were all waiting for Randy's music, and then Rhea's hits, and we're just like, "What?"
That was the best.
We were like, "What?" And then you see the Money in the Bank briefcase, and you see the ref. And if you go back and watch the pay-per-view, the camera cut is great because they're filming on the ref and Rhea, and then Randy's music hits, and they both just freeze, and they just look at the ramp. You just see Randy like chucking himself down the ramp, and he just looks at the camera and goes, "Yeah," and just keeps running down. Dude, it was just great. And then Jay getting on top of the cage and doing his little thing. I don't know what. Yeah, this was my first TV event that I've been to since WWE since 2009, and I went to like a house show in 2014.
We want tables.
We got our tables.
We got 3 of them the whole weekend.
But every single time whoever set it up, they went through it.
Yeah.
It happened every time.
It's Chekhov's table.
It happened every time.
Chekhov's table remains undefeated to this day.
What?
Not Cody.
No, but his
Seth.
team set it. Seth helped him set it up, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then Seth went through it. It was just great. Honestly, the Santos and Dragon Lee is one of my favorites, so I was a little bit let down. But I had like a couple of nice spots, but they only had 7-8 minutes to get a match
Santos
done.
needed to win.
Yeah, and Santos had to win. It was the only one that made sense.
Yeah, I think my main complaint with it was like, and I know I talked to you guys about it afterwards. Of like, did the match just feel really abrupt?
Yeah.
That like I literally didn't even realize it ended.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, why are they playing Santos's music? I'm like, what's Dragon Lee doing laying on the ground? Mind you, probably because fat dude like furled his arm out.
The last thing I'll say is the CM Punk return was done so perfectly because like I told Dave and I told them, I was looking at the screen and looking for the copyright logo on the bottom right, and they flashed it on TV, but they didn't flash it on the screens in the arena. So I guess, and they showed the up next is the War Games post game or post conference, whatever the heck it's called.
Press conference.
My mind is fried at this point. And they flash that and they're panning out and then they play. And one thing I really appreciate now, post Vince, is that the commentary team didn't say a word. They didn't do it. It wasn't like the AJ Styles, could it be? It is!
Yeah. Like they didn't just like ham it up. It was just like that they let it actually feel like a genuine moment.
Well, you're saying like after he came out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like they didn't know. The only person that knew was Trips and what? Nick Khan?
Yeah, Nick Khan, Triple H, and then, but the best part was there's videos on Twitter of Michael Cole. He threw his pen. People thought he was upset, but he was like caught off guard. And then they panned back to him like 10 seconds later, and Cold Personality's playing. He's just like, just jamming his head out the entire time to it. And I can't wait. Seth versus Punk at the Rumble is going to be.
It's going to hit like crack.
It's going to be here. All right.
Thank you, Jake, for
Yes, sir.
coming on.
It's the first time on MVP in like 2 years. Shout out.
Randall Keith fan, do you want to come on? So JD's drinking his I'll let you tell the listeners what your brew of choice is that you were very excited about. But RKO fan, this is JD, you know him from the draft room on MVP Sports. Talk about Randy.
So Randy is my goat. Randy's honestly though, he's been my favorite wrestler for forever, since I started watching when I was a little kid. Okay.
You're talking in the front.
Okay. Fair enough. And my last TV event I went to was when I was like 12, so almost like 10 years ago, or whatever. Yeah. No. It's been
How many bushes deep are we right now?
only one.
Okay.
But
Well, you also got to factor in he's got a cake shake down too.
yeah,
Shake
so
it too.
brain's a little whatever. But no, like I never really thought that I would get to see him wrestle again. And then when the news kind of started coming out that he was going to return, I was like, all right, let's temper expectations because he came back from a serious injury. And then when they said, oh, he's going to be in the War Games match, I'm like, that doesn't seem right for somebody that has been in like a serious injury like that. But then he showed up and I lost my mind. I grabbed who was beside me? I grabbed Ricky. I grabbed his arm and I'm like kind of shaking here and losing my marbles. But Yeah. Oh yeah, he cracked the neck.
Right before the best RKO we ever seen, like Jake said.
Yeah.
No, second best. The Seth Rollins one is still better.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Facts.
No, but also I think it's just fitting too that Dominic had to eat his first RKO.
Boo. Sorry, we booed Dominic.
We do. And then that RKO with JD flying off of the top of the cage, that made my weekend, honestly. I'm like, that is unreal. I was so happy. And then Randy looked like he was having a fantastic time out there. So I'm just all in all, great event, great match. I went into this Survivor Series with limited expectations because when I looked at the card, I'm like, okay, I mean, it could be good, but I felt like there was a lot of, like, I think like you said, like the Santos match was kind of abruptly like put together, and I was a little worried about that, but all in all, it was unreal.
Yeah, no, Survivor Series definitely lived up to like expectations, and I think even superseded it, because I've never been like a huge fan of Survivor Series, and a lot of times of like with War Games matches, I go into them and I'm like, okay, I'll enjoy them, but like I won't really like. I'll enjoy them to the point of where it's like, okay, that's a fine match, but it's never like, I want to go back and watch that. I think this is the first time with a War Games match that I've been like, you know what, probably gonna go back and watch that.
I think it's because it's better that Trips. Let's be honest, it's for now until the rest of the time. It's going to be Survivor Series War Games.
Yeah,
it wasn't like that last year. This year, we knew that like Trips was a big War Game supporter. He who shall not be named was not.
Are we treating him like Voldemort now?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure his name has already been said.
Tim's over here like, no, we can't say it.
Don't say Voldemort either.
Oh, sorry.
Don't you know you say their name 3? This is a wrestling podcast. They show up if you say them 3 times.
Vince McMahon.
That's 2. Yeah, but like the one thing I was going to say, the best part, I'm oversaying that. A very nice, subtle detail with Randall was, so he's on the ground. He's like,
are you on a first base name or first name basis with Mr. Orton?
Randall Keith Orton.
I mean, you just dropped the Randall.
Yeah, Randall. Sorry, I was thinking Monsters Inc. for a second. But he's slamming, like getting ready for the RKO, and we're like, oh, he's gonna do it to Judgment Day, and he turns. It's like, oh, Jay's in the corner,
and we all go quiet.
Yeah. Everyone went quiet because we thought he was gonna RKO Jay right there.
Yeah, dude, literally when I saw that, I'm just like, I swear to God, if I half called that of him turning heel in the War Games match, I'm gonna be like, look, I'm gonna ride that horse till the horse dies. It's not gonna be long, because it's not fat. I'd probably break it.
I will say this: the War Games match in itself, some of the best subtle nuances for wrestling. The Randy Orton, almost like that whole sequence. He goes to RKO, then Jay gets up, super kicks Damian to stop him. That gets pushed over. Then I'm trying to think, I lost it. Oh, the Drew stuff afterwards. Like this is the only thing I wish we were watching, but being there is so much better. When Damian went like this to Drew, like, hey, stop. I guess he said, we stick to the plan. Because all Drew wanted to do was beat the crap out of Jey Uso. And then afterwards, Drew coming back all mad, holding his head. I think it's a work. I don't think he's really mad. Storytelling. You didn't let me do what I'm going to do. What? Are we thinking Drew versus Damian?
Well, you're also like, so something when I was watching back that portion of the match, and that I forgot about is Randy and Drew also had a feud going, I think during COVID, so they could honestly run that back as well. And I mean, I think that could be also pretty, compelling.
I mean, they could do it. I'm just going to throw it out here. Soapy, tell me what you think. We get eventually a triple threat match. Drew, Randy, Jay. Randy and Drew have beef. Drew and Jay have beef. Randy and Jay have beef. All 3 of them have beef with each other. Well, more so, they have beef with Jay.
Yeah.
Jay's living. Like, Jay has to pay for
mistakes
he made.
Yeah, he has to atone for his sins, basically.
Yeah, because he was a part of the bloodline. Even though I hate the tribal chief, and he's the worst thing in wrestling right now.
There we go. There's the obligatory mention, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
he
was not here
Roman
at all
Reigns.
this week, and he has been brought up.
And did you notice? It's the best pay-per-view of the year. Sorry, I said pay-per-view. It's the best show of the
I was
year.
gonna say-
And he wasn't there, folks. We don't need him. Sorry, I got a little bit too excited there.
No, I don't know what makes you think you got a little too excited. The fact that I saw you get on your hands and knees, basically.
Well, so here's the thing. We're at Dave's house, and I love being here because it's like soft carpet and everything. The couch you're on has the legs. These ones don't. So I look like I'm lower than you. And it was super easy just to get down. I'm like, I am very low right now. I'm also not used to, I'll say this. I'm also not used to this kind of a setup because actually, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Okay. Because I'm going to bring in the last guy that wants to be on. You want to be on, right, big dog? You?
Sure.
Tim is, I'm going to mention Tim's here. He told me respectfully he would not want to be on. I'm fine with that. I'm not going to force anyone to. First off, thank you for letting us do this in your humble abode.
Of course. I mean, thank you for playing this whole weekend. Like, let's be honest, this is not something that this group of adults is capable of doing. So I'm glad you took it upon yourself to make sure that we were all going to be involved. And Jake just taking shots from the outside. Yeah. So thank you for making sure this all could happen. And it was amazing.
I was going to say, we're not used to recording like this. We're used to it when in person. We're at a desk. We're across from each other. We're not moving much. I could actually. Why didn't I do this and then have my head out? I can move around. That's what I'm saying. Too much.
Yeah.
Audio listeners, go watch the YouTube video. It's a sight to see. What I really wanted to ask you though, you called the cash in. Are you upset that it didn't happen?
No, I think it was a good tease. It was funny as we're sitting here getting ready for War Games. Like the men's match was about to start, and I was like, "We're getting everything. Like we are literally going to get everything we asked for." I'm like, "Wait, we got Randy coming back. CM Punk's hopefully going to come back at some point. We're not sure how it's going to work in yet." And I started thinking like, "Wait, we still got a cash in." I was like, we got a briefcase out there that hasn't been used yet. Like, how are they going to work this into the match? And I turned and I asked JD because I was sitting next to him. I was like, JD, are we thinking cash in? And I was like, am I being too greedy here? Maybe. And then all of a sudden, like you guys said, as soon as Mommy's music hit, it was just like, oh my God, it's happening. And then it just spiraled from there, and it was just a phenomenal match. Honestly, though, one of my weirdly favorite parts of the show was the fact that Dom basically didn't even have a countdown on the live event. You know how like everybody's, the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, walk out, and he didn't have it. There were just chants, and then there were just solid wave of boos for about 15 seconds before he could even make his way out. And all the way down the ramp, he was getting booed. It was glorious. It was one of the best. Thank you. The whole crowd got into it. That was one of the best moments of the show, just because that man has just nuclear heat. And I mean, like, does he deserve it? Yes, he absolutely does. But it was a great show. That, and honestly, it's almost like, the 2 War Games capping the show was perfect. Like the women's War Games, Damage Control. Like Damage Control was going over in Chicago. Like, can we talk about that?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Like, the fact that it was like we're not supposed to root for them and everyone just kept cheering for them, aside from Bailey.
Yeah.
Because
me and my homies love EO.
I mean, me and my homies also do love EO. We basically share the same homies.
That's why we homies.
But yeah, like, because I think Bailey's the only one who didn't get cheered in the group. Because if I remember correctly, and because I could be misremembering this, wasn't there like a Bailey sucks chant that started at some point?
I remember her getting CM Punk'd on SmackDown, and also on SmackDown, say talk. What? Talk. What?
Yeah, that was pretty brutal for her. And I'm getting like she gets heat well, but yeah, that the actual group in Damage Control, it was great watching like the tease for the tables as everybody's coming in, and like I forget who it was, went under, came back with the trash can lid, and she's just backhanding people with the lid.
Kyrie Sane.
Kyrie, yeah. Kyrie was doing that. Asuka had way too much fun bringing out the table at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was two really great cat matches on this show, and yeah, it was an awesome show.
Yeah, I just loved that it was every time someone went under the ring, we all cheered. The second it wasn't a table, everyone just universally booed.
Yep.
We're like, boo, this stinks.
Well, and that's why I liked Kyrie, because she pulls out with the trash can lid and is like, and like nodding, like, yes, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, because I thought it was so funny that it was like everyone also basically booed when the trash can got brought out. Everyone cheered when we saw them put the trash can under the ring.
Yeah, a
We're
little
like,
bit
yeah,
behind the
trash can.
scenes.
And then we saw it and we're like, boo, we don't like the trash
And then
can.
we saw EO put it on her and go, yeah.
Yeah. From the top of the cage, just becoming a human cannonball, dropping down.
That's her bit now.
Yeah, it was awesome. Credit to them. That was the energy in that ring. Like, because I was worried. I was expecting the CM Punk chance to just ruin like part of their show, and no, it was just hype the whole way through. So, credit to Chicago crowd, man. That's what it is.
Yeah, that crowd was incredible. Like being a part of that, like obviously I don't know how much it comes through with the broadcast of like just people being loud. It was so loud in there that literally
We had to have hit the Richter scale, right? I know I didn't see anything, but we had to, right?
Now, Ricky, something we didn't hear all weekend. We've never heard this before. Why the Allstate Arena? What makes the Allstate Arena so special?
The
oh, here we go now.
The acoustics. It's the wood roof. See,
Yeah.
Trips also mentioned it in the press conference. He's like, I love this arena. It gets so loud. He goes, maybe it's because it's the wood roof. And I turned to Jake and I go, I was telling JD about that before the show, about the
Yeah, I
wood
can't
roof.
believe Triple H stole your whole flow like that.
No, you didn't steal it. It's just great minds think
Word for
alike.
word, bar for bar.
I'm sorry. The Booker of the Year thinks like I do.
I mean, fair.
Bro, I heard wooden panels about 25 times in 48 hours. It was. I accidentally muted. I accidentally muted. So, don't you hand it to me? That's on me. But yeah, no, it was the wooden panels in the Allstate Arena mentioned was just getting egregious at the end. I think we spent 5 whole minutes on it. But yeah, no, the crowd was insane. The pops were great. I got no complaints other than shout out to the kid who puked on the stairs.
Oh,
Yeah, and no.
The only low point of the whole weekend.
All right, no, because I'm gonna point this out. Everyone else knew about the puke kid, but me. They have me sitting nearest to the stairs.
yeah.
Mind you, my
Yeah.
shoes aren't on camera. They like fall apart if I like look at them wrong.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
we're on carpet. We got no shoes.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is only feet.
Yeah, so they have me start
gonna
walking
keep
up
my
the
socks
stairs
on, though.
without telling me that someone puked on the stairs. I damn near slip and eat dirt. Just because I'm trying to,
Puke, man.
what do you want me to call it?
I'm pretty sure I told you.
No, it didn't make its way. So Tim just said, I'm pretty sure I told you. It didn't make its way down to Soapy.
Yeah, no. Because I literally asked everyone afterwards, I'm like, was the stairs slippery for everyone else? And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, someone puked there.
Tim told me about it and I still slipped on it. Because I didn't know where it was. Let's be honest. JD knows walking out of the PLE, I couldn't find the stairs because they were like, I was doing that. Wait, Jake's looking at me judgingly. Let me explain. You know how they do like the big step and then the small step? I was always undershooting the small step. So I like literally was hanging onto JD's hoodie. A, so I don't lose him. 2, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we
almost
basically
fell.
had a buddy system to get out of there.
just for me, yeah. Yeah.
No, because it was basically we like went in groups.
Yeah.
Because me and Tim were like the last 2 of our group out. And like, because I literally started looking around afterwards and I'm like, where did everyone else go? I didn't even realize you guys were already at the door by the time we got down the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because by the time me and Tim found you guys are already off having your own conversation. I mean, I even made the joke to Tim, I think right afterwards. I'm like, me and Tim basically just had our own little pay-per-view at the end of the seat. Just getting ready to fight the fat dude at any moment.
By the way, one thing we didn't bring up that I think we need to. Seth and Cody signing that table. The best part. So there were dark matches after SmackDown. And Cody and Seth afterwards were like, we want tables. Cody brings one out, puts it out, and then looks at Seth and goes, that was the plan. Yep. I don't have anything. I don't know who's going through this. That was the plan. Now we're here.
Yeah. Because basically what they did was, I forget who they fought. I think they fought like Dom and JD or whatever.
Yeah. Judgment Day.
Yeah. So afterwards they were like, oh, like we'll give away a table. And I just can't believe that there's people in the hard cam section that are like, I want the table.
No,
And
that
it's
are,
like-
no, on our side that aren't on camera is what you're saying.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because, I mean, we sat on hard cam.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
explaining it for someone
like,
who's confused.
Because there was like, because I saw it in like the front row of where, like, of our section.
Yeah.
There was like this little 8-year-old that started waving his hand. It's like, one, they don't know you exist, brother.
Soapy,
Back off. What?
I was doing it too. I was waving my hand. I was in it, man. I was in it to win it. I knew I wasn't getting it, but I'm there. I was in it to win it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it was blatantly obvious. It was going to someone in the crowd, and it went to the right person.
Yeah.
Went to a vet. I think Coast Guard, who helped out with like Hurricane Katrina, like all the stuff after. So like good choice by them to actually just like, hey, let's pay attention to the crowd here.
I got a question for you, Dave.
Yeah.
I asked this to, I think.
What's that, John
Tim.
Laurinaitis?
Let's say you got the table.
Yeah.
What are you doing with it? Are you breaking it? Are you
No.
setting it up? Are you putting it
I'm
on
mounting
the
it to my wall.
Okay.
I'm absolutely mounting a signed table to my wall. But then also, I'm gonna try to bring it to the next event to get more signatures on the table. Yes.
Yeah, just show up with this
Yes, I
big
am.
table.
I mean, look, I'm not saying that security was slacking,
so
but
the Twitter video I see of like CM Punk leaving the arena in his car and he's signing, you're just gonna be like, table.
yes, my life mission would be carrying that table around with me. Look,
getting a wrestler to throw you through the table.
That's what I'm
no,
doing.
No.
that does not sound like a bunch of fun. Everyone on the floor got the floor seats though. They got to keep those seats. We saw people walking out of the arena
Yeah,
with like,
there was the one guy that walked by our car.
yes,
That guy was decked out. He had like the mommy's always on top shirt, like 2 of those chairs, like
Yep.
3 title belts. Like
Yeah.
that's the real tribal
that's $2
chief.
grand right there of an event.
Yeah, I acknowledge that guy.
Yep.
He's my tribal chief.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. It was a great time though. But I'll excuse myself so you can wrap it up.
Thank you. I will say this. I said this to Jake, Tim and Soapy, one of the two. What I would do is I'd take that table to Buffalo.
Oh yeah, no, you did. You
Bill's
said that.
Mafia. I'm going through the. I'm
it's-
elbowing through the table. Bill's Mafia. Because
Yeah.
not only do I want a Bill's Mafia at one day, I would love to do it through a signed WWE table.
Yeah, because you said.
Official WWE
Yeah, because you
table.
said that to me and Tim, because that was on the way of us dropping Tim off.
I would Tom Grassi it and totally mess up my elbow.
I mean, hey, sometimes you just gotta mess up your elbow for some entertainment.
Would you ever Bill's Mafia it, or would you like say, nah, I'm good?
I'm probably too fat. Like I'd leave the thing and like someone would be a dick and just move the table from under me. There you go, Jake. I finally made you do your job.
I didn't see
But like someone would move the table before I hit the ground.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because I got like such a high center of gravity, basically. I just like float there for a
Mhm.
second. Not for any good reason, but because it'd be like I'm fighting Earth's gravity because I got my own pull.
Last but not least, Soapy. Is Trips Booker of the Year?
Yeah, I think so.
How much praise, how much long do you think we continue the praise? Does it ever end? Did he deliver that much to where he can do no wrong?
I wouldn't go that far. I think he's definitely Booker of the Year. He's continuing to ride the high that he's been riding ever since
Yeah.
he took over.
Yeah.
Like eventually you'll get to a point it cools down. Everyone cools down.
It's almost like he listens to fans.
Yeah. I mean, wow, what a shock. You
Listens to
listen to
us.
fans and lo and behold, people like your product afterwards. Shocker, I know.
2 things I will say. 1, I'm not mad, but I'm surprised Damage Control didn't turn on Bailey immediately after the match.
Yeah, I
Like
think
beat
it's-
her up or something to like throw it over to Raw
Yeah,
or SmackDown.
yeah.
SmackDown.
I'd assume probably Raw or SmackDown. We see like her getting kicked out of the group.
2, Matt Riddle is so salty about CM Punk. It is so funny. Him tweeting about like, oh, you thought I was a headache? Like, dude needs to like chill. Like, Matt, just chill. It's okay.
Dude, he's always chill.
He's always chill.
He's high as a kite. He probably gets he probably smokes weed to actually feel something. He's a
Maybe.
brain rot at this point.
Also, one thing I forgot, best segue of the entire weekend. Bailey's backstage. Bianca's like, dude, you gotta be cool. She's like, no, I'm cool. Cool. I'm cool. Cool. And the first thing you hear is, I like people who like to be cool. And it's like, I know it was subtle. I liked it on SmackDown.
Yeah, I still hate Carlito's new theme. Bring back
Spit
the
in
old
the
one.
face of people who don't like to be cool.
Yeah, literally, just bring back that one. Give the man his aura back. Someone is an aura thief in that building.
Well, at least we're not Lexus King. Lexus
Well, I
King
mean, yeah,
has
and
no
I don't
aura.
sound weird when I'm like, "Hey, lady, you want some candy?" And it's like literally put Lexus King in a van instead of that chair, and that's a whole different character.
I mean, you could just turn and put your legs over the edge like he was. Sitting like Lexus King, yep.
you want some candy?
No, I would not want some candy.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good. But that's going to do it for Heel Talk. Welcome, thank you for watching the Kane edition of Heel Talk. Thanks to Jake, Tim, JD, Dave, you,
Yeah.
Soapy. This was awesome, doing this in person. Thank you. Tim said
Tim.
said you're welcome. If you guys want, you can subscribe down below. You can go ahead and it probably didn't get picked up, Jake. Thanks, Tim. Yeah. Patreon's down below, Discord's down below. Hit that sub button, that like button. Comment down below if you were at Survivor Series. We want to hear about it. If you watched it on the cock, we also want to hear about it down below. Pause. That's what we call it, right?
That's what you call it. I don't call it that.
I mean, Pat McAfee calls it that, right?
I mean, look, all right. To fill you guys in, it was when we were driving to the arena. It was our Google Maps messed up. We basically rode the D all the way to the arena, by the way. So, shout out to the D.
Did you 3D get the tables?
No. I think we had a lot of fun riding the D, though. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, thank you to everyone who listened, watched. I hope you guys liked the Kane version with the red lights. Soapy and I'll be back in 2 weeks. And as always, have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
As always, we'd like to thank the people that make these videos possible, our patrons whose names are displayed on the screen now. If you would like to become a patron, go ahead and click the Patreon icon in the bottom right. And if you'd like to check out another video from MVP Sports, hit the video in the upper left. As always, thanks for watching.